I've just rolled off the Spirit of Tasmania over here in Devonport. About to start my road trip around Tassie. Been here a couple of times in the past over the last few years. This is the first time I've been over here with the car, so I'm really looking forward to having a good look around. I think from here I'm going to head down to Lake Dove, around Cradle Mountain down there. Now, this is going to be a trip I'm going to sort of make up as I go, but I'm really looking forward to it, so I'll see where we end up going. There are so many amazing viewpoints as you travel the inland roads around Tasmania. Well, I've just entered into the Cradle Mountain National Park. I'm on my way down to see Lake Dove and the boat shed that's down there. Now, in the national parks in Tasmania, you've got to get a parks pass to get into all the national parks here. Now, I purchased mine online before I left home. It's about $60 and it's valid for 12 months, and that will get me into all the national parks. Now, you can itemise the parks that you want to go into if you like, but I just chose to get an all parks pass and gets me in no worries. Now, while you're in this section of the Cradle Mountain National Park, it's only about 7 k's from the information centre that's back there, down to Dove Lake where I'm heading for. But it's a pretty tight little narrow road as you head down along this section of the track here. And you've got to be very careful about shuttle buses. Look, you can drive your car down, as I am, but if you don't want to drive down, you can jump on a shuttle bus and they'll bring you down as well. But just be careful when you're coming through here, because it is pretty narrow. Cars, shuttle buses, just be on the lookout for them. Just going to park here. We'll check out the old boat shed down the shores of Lake Dove. Lake Dove has a stunning backdrop with Cradle Mountain. Alright, that short walk down to Lake Dove and see the boat shed on the shores of the lake down there, certainly well worth having a look at. And that shed was first built back in the 1940s and it's an amazing condition, so it's well worth going to have a look at when you come in. Check it out. Alright, I'm just coming back out of the Cradle Mountain National Park. I'm going to hang a lefty up here and I'm going to head towards Strawn for the night. I think I'll go via Zion and take the coastal road. Apparently it's a bit of a nice drive, so we'll go and check that out. This old Hue and Pine sawmill was established in the early 1940s on the water's edge down at Strawn. It is well worth checking out if you're in the area. I'm heading out on a half-day cruise around Macquarie Harbour and check out some of the sights from the old convict days. Hell's Gate relates to the original convicts, as they claim it was their point of entrance to hell, as they spent many years of hard labour in the Macquarie Harbour penal station on Sarah Island. This part of the cruise up the Franklin River is absolutely amazing. Simply stunning country. I've just spent a couple of magnificent days in this seaside fishing town of Strawn. It's well worth coming down here to have a look at. It's a great little town right on the edge of the water. But while I was here, I went for a cruise out on one of the boats. It's about a 6.5 hour tour. It takes you up the Gordon River, and that's well worth having a look at. You'll get out there and go for a walk through the rainforest. Then you head up to Sarah Island and see what went up there with the convicts. It's pretty harsh conditions what those guys put up with back in their day. So today, I think I'm going to head off towards Queenstown and make it up from there. Queenstown has long been tied to the copper mining industry, with the first mining operations beginning in 1892. Queenstown is an amazingly bare landscape which pretty much surrounds the town. Well, that short walk to go and have a look at Horsetail Falls. It's just out of Queenstown, just on the side of the road. Nice little developed walking track they've made to get up there, but well worth going and have a look at. Well, I've just passed through Derwent Bridge. We're going to catch up with Greg Duncan. Now, he's hand carved a timber wall which tells a story about the history of the Tasmanian Highlands. Now this I'm really looking forward to. Well, Greg, it's fantastic to meet you today. Thanks for come and see you. Look, I've seen what your work is on the website and one more what you've been doing here. It's actually amazing to come and see this in the flesh and see it for first hand. What is it that inspired you to want to create this amazing work here?
A couple of things, Tim. One was, I think we're living in a time where art's very conceptual. We've forgotten about the skill factor, and we're probably more into the message behind it. But I think art's a bit more than that. I think it's like, to me, I get a steak sandwich with a light and a steak sandwich plain. Why have the plain when you can have the light? You know, because it's still trying to have a message put out there that I rely on the skills of my hands to do it. So you're getting a full package. The other side of the thing is we're living in a global world now, and I think it's very important as Australians we keep our identity. And this is my contribution to telling just a little bit of what Australians are about. So there's two reasons for it. And just, it's just nice to be able to leave something behind.
And what's your background as far as with sculpture and woodwork and things like that?
I was a late starter as an artist. I'm an electrician by trade, and which has really helped me in a practical sense, because when you go to do something like this in the middle of nowhere, you need a practical side of it.
There's the wall finished, or is it one of those things that probably never get finished, I suppose, but where's it at the moment?
Well, it was never meant to have that totally finished, polished look at the end. It was always meant to look like a work in progress so people could see the process. To me, it is finished, although having said that, I'll probably spend another year just tweaking it a bit, and then I'll walk away from it. I'll put the chisels down, 1st of March this year. So all up, it's about 12 years, that's 10 years on the wall and 2 years to build the building detail.
It's quite staggering when you stand here in front of each of these panels and see the detail. It's just amazing.
Yeah, probably I tend to get carried away at times. I mean, it's one of those things, you know. Sometimes you've just got to say enough's enough. I think it's that little bit of attention to detail that sort of gets people into it. Yeah.
What size panels are these?
These human pine panels, they're laminated blocks, and that means they're made up of 20 4x2s glued together to make a block 1 metre wide, 3 metres high and 4 inches thick. And then they're stood up, and then I work off a ladder so I carve away, nothing's stuck on it. It's all carved away.
So they're not carved where they're standing, you carve them somewhere else?
When I first started, for the first couple of years, it was done in here. And people watched as I did it, but I was burning the candle. Both ends, you know, and because I'm talking too much and that sort of thing. But no, I have another workshop now which I can work on the panels and bring them over.
I've been interested in history myself, and it's why I was so keen to come and have a look at this after reading what you're doing there on your website. And look, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Same here.
The work you're doing here is it's unreal to see it firsthand. The attention to detail is just amazing. So,
thank you very much.
Very, very proud of what you're doing. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Greatly appreciate it. Well, that is absolutely mind-blowing. So when you're coming through Derwent Bridge, make sure you come and have a chat with Greg and have a look at the history that he's carved out of human pine panels about Tasmania's history. It is well worth it. The attention to detail is absolutely staggering. So make sure you come and have a look at it. East coast of Tasmania, you have to come and spend a couple of days in the Fresno National Park. It is surrounded by some of the most spectacular landscape you'll see anywhere in Australia. And then to witness this magnificent sunset, well, it's up there as one of the best I've seen anywhere in the country. Just camped on Firstnet National Park, which is on the east coast of Tasmania. And a good friend of mine last night who sent me a message, who's pretty much a local over here on the east coast. He's got some land over here, so he comes over here a fair bit. And he recommended to go and check out this remote beach that's full drive access only, which I'm always keen for those sort of tracks. And a spot called Friendly Point. But he highly recommended to go and have a look at it. So I'm on my way and pretty keen to check this one out. Just check this out. This is in the Firstnet National Park on the east coast of Tasmania, and this is why we have a full drive to come and see beautiful places like this. This is a spot that's called Friendly Point, and it's not hard to see why they call it Friendly Point. It is just a beautiful place. If you're coming down the east coast of Tasmania, make sure you come to Firstnet National Park and check this place out. It's absolutely stunning. What a fantastic time I've had touring around Tasmania after getting off the boat and heading out and have a look at Cradle Mountain National Park and spend a couple of days down there at Strawn on that seaside town and going on that boat cruise. That was absolutely magnificent. And then heading across the other side, dropping into Derwent Bridge and seeing Greg Duncan's amazing work at the wall. That's one thing you've certainly got to put in your books to make sure you go and check out. And then heading over here, I'm now on the east coast where this trip's finally finishing up at Firstnet National Park, and this is just amazing. You've got to make sure you come camp down here, spend a couple of nights down there on the beach and look at amazing views like that. But I've got a boat to catch. I've got to head back to Melbourne, so I hope to see you guys on another one of Tim Bates' Full Drive Adventures.